it's Carrie Ann, and I'm flopped out on the bed today on the Liberator ramp, which I'm going to be reviewing for EdenFantasies.com. Liberator makes all sorts of different sex furniture and sexual positioning aids. The ramp is one of those positioning aids. It is a wedge-shaped pillow. It is 34 inches long by 24 inches wide by 12 inches high. The ramp is made with what Liberator calls champagne foam. That foam is really nice and firm and gives a lot of support in just about any position you can think of to use this for. But at the same time, it's really nice and soft and comfy. The ramp is covered with a microfiber cover. The cover is washable. You simply unzip it from the ramp itself, pull it off, toss it in the washer and dryer, dry it on low, and stick it back on when it's done. It actually comes out of the washer and dryer softer than when you first get it, so it wears really well with washing. Underneath the microfiber cover is a nylon cover. This also unzips, but your best bet really is to just wipe it down with a washcloth and towel. The really cool thing about the nylon cover is that it's water resistant. So anything that you might get on this microfiber cover, like ejaculation or lube, food, goo, whatever, isn't going to go through to the foam inside. It's going to hit this nylon cover, and that's going to repel it. So you can clean the nylon cover and not worry about your foam inside getting all nasty. The covers zip right back on very easily. And you are good to go. I think that's pretty much it for the basics. Give me a minute, I'll be right back, and we're going to go over some of the positions that you can use the ramp for. I think my favorite way to use the ramp is for standing doggy style. It really keeps your hips up where they're supposed to be, keeping you at a really good level for your guy to reach. At the same time, it gives you a lot of support for your belly and your chest and your upper body so that you're not getting shoved across the bed or sinking lower with every thrust. Standing doggy seems to be the absolute perfect way to use the ramp. The Liberator ramp is also really good for traditional doggy style sex, rear entry sex. Again, it really holds your hips up, it keeps you still on the bed, it gives you an excellent amount of support for your hips and your ribs and your chest and even your head if you want to put it down. You don't go flying forward, you don't lose your position, and yet your hips and everything stay tilted up just perfectly, especially for G-spot stimulation. It keeps things angled really, really well for that. The ramp is also really good for female on top positions, whether you do cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, whatever. With the person who's on the bottom reclined in this position, it's really easy for them to reach the person on top's parts. It's easy to lean in and get hugs and kisses and just be physically a lot closer than if the guy or whoever's on the bottom is flat. It also gives whoever's on top something to brace their hands and legs against, keeping them at a really neat angle too. The ramp is also really good for missionary style sex. It keeps your hips lifted nice and high so that the angle of penetration is really nice for the guy. I do tend to slip a little bit when we try to use it this way, but it's fairly easy for him to hold me in place. This position is also really great for oral sex, whether you're him or her. It keeps the hips nice and high so that the person giving that oral sex doesn't have to bend down quite so far. No more neck strain. That's a really good thing. That position works a little bit better if you also have the Liberator wedge to use as a pillow. It keeps you from slipping a little more and gives your head a little bit of support so you don't feel like you're hanging upside down. Adding the wedge also makes doggy style really nice too. It just gives you a little bit of extra support and something to prop your head on when you get tired. One of the other great things about the ramp is that it works really well as a laptop holder. I bring this thing to bed with me just about every single night because I know if I'm not going to be having some sex, I'm probably going to be sitting here with the laptop talking to y'all on Twitter. The ramp is definitely on the large side, but it's not something that's going to scream to everyone that looks at it, oh look, this is for sex. It really does blend into a vanilla household quite well. I have a teenage son who likes to use it to play video games. He reclines against it. I can leave it on the bed, and honestly, people aren't going to come in here and think, oh, ooh, sex pillow, sex pillow. You know, it just looks like a really nice wedge-shaped pillow. You know, Posturepedic sells wedge-shaped pillows for, you know, comfort in bed. So don't be afraid to get something like this just because people might know what it is. They really aren't going to, and they're definitely worth the price. Make sure you check out EdenFantasies.com for the Liberator ramp, the wedge, and a couple of other different pieces too. Talk to you later.